Can test this without putting that on, which would be a better thing to do. Well, that's off. This is off. At least I can do this, and they're both on. This is fine. This is just the diverter. That's okay. This is what needs really to be changed out. But they're not going in the same direction. They both had HO on them, but they're hot and cold stems. Got these back on. Everything's tight. No leaks. No leaks. Because we were having the grip out of here. So far so good. It's just I've got one sticking in the wrong direction. Okay, different day, different outfit. But we got the bathtub faucets fixed. And they're in the right order because they say, I don't have the package, but it says it's for hot or cold. And it took me a minute because the instructions are terrible. What's on the instructions is like telling you how to take out the outside of the faucet. That's not even in the package. What's in the package is the stem, what you're replacing in the back to get the flow of water to turn on or turn off. And well, part of that is this. Now inside of the I'm not going to take them apart again. Just not going to do it. But you have to, at the very end, right after behind the seat, and each stem is a little different based on what the length and type and how much it comes out of the hole, etc., to be able to put your whatever vanity faucet you're screwing in there. Is that you inside? I thought they were plastic, but they're not plastic. They're not pearl, or they'd be worth more than 30 a piece. And it used to be about 13 or 15 a piece. Some are. Mine used to be. They still had some stems that were anywhere from $12 to $18, and I could have sworn these were about 20. They rang up 30 a piece, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! I'm paying $60 for these things. So, but I needed them, and I really didn't need to change out the cold. But I went ahead and changed out the cold, so since I'm doing one, I'm doing the other at the same time. Well, in the very back, before the seat, are these two dices. Oh, it just popped in my head, and it's gone again. And they're not plastic, but they're ceramic. They're probably ceramic. And when they're like this, you got flow. When they're like this, it stops the flow, because this is the effect of us turning your faucet to the on. This is turning it off, and it's normally about 180 degree turn. You turn it about sideways, you're going to get some water, but not full. You don't turn it all the way open. Of course, both holes are lined up and you have full power. So, but the trick to doing it in cold, sometimes there's like a little, not a diverter. The diverter is actually the term for this middle stem for diverting the water flow to go just directly into the tub or up out through your shower head, depending on the type of shower tub fixture you have. And ours is old-fashioned. This house is about 70 plus years old. So in order to do it cold, the hot was fine. From your perspective, here's the hot. It points down, and you turn it up, and it comes on. You turn it down, it goes off. Well, as we left the video before, and we're going to go back to it. Well, we're about to go to the bathroom. Sounds silly. Last you saw, when I was done with it, they did this, because they were going in the same direction. And I had to figure out how in the bloody double heck did I make one of these go in the other direction. And it was all about these things. So, well, I was going to stop and pause. But in order to do it the right way, I thought these were one piece in the end, because at one point they did, I was having to change in and out the hot. And at one point, it was just all apart. And I'm like, what happened here? Yet it was still turning off and on correctly, even though this was a mess. And I pulled it out, put it back in there right, packed it back in, put the rubber seat back on, and put it in, and it works fine. Well, then I'm like, okay, the hot is still down for off and up for open. But the cold is still up for off and down for open, which is backwards. Okay? I'm from the South. I'm in Alabama, and I'm going to talk this way. No, I'm not kidding. Actually, my grandfather was from both my those grandparents on one of my parents' side were from Mississippi. And boy, it was hard to understand what that man was saying sometimes, let me tell you. Okay, Pappy. But anyway, let's get back to the faucet. So what I had to do for the cold is take this whole piece out, which looks like a little pancake, and I thought it was all one piece, but it doesn't. It comes simply apart. And what I had to do was, because it was in one direction, and I had to take it, the bottom part stayed in its section. It doesn't really move, and it's set in a groove with 4 prongs that goes in and sets inside the stem fitting. Now, if you're getting the terms wrong, plumbers, I apologize. But then this part from the outside that is up between what's setting inside the stem and your rubber piece, I had to completely take out and flip back down in the other direction and try to get there's these 2 grooves on here also, and only 2 inset grooves for it to go into. And what that helped me to do was be able to do this, which now allows the cold to be off in the opposite direction and yet still come on turning the opposite direction. So this is now open, this is now off. The hot didn't change. and it feels good. There's a nice stop. That's a nice stop. It's a whole 180 to be. That's not good. This piece just came off and went down there. Oh crap! I gotta see if I can get that out. I've always had that fear, and it just happened. But so this is now off. This is now down off. This goes this way. This goes this way. That is how you fix this and change your hot stem into a cold stem. And we finally have, I could have sworn that went the other direction, but no, that's good. And we finally have this corrected and fixed. Yeah, this has got plumber's putty on it. I need to scrape that off some. But there we go. We got this done. It took me a day, a few hours. And the worst of it was getting those silly little pieces of ceramic to go in the right way, because they're so tiny and I got these big fat fingers. It was not easy getting those to go in the right direction and to go in those into the grooves to get it to do this backwards. We got it.